Hello amazing people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, hi, I am Atida Chimebi, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to watch my videos. So for today's video, I am going to be answering a popular question that most of you usually ask when coming over to the UK for your master's program, and that is, can I afford to pay for my tuition fees when I arrive here in the UK? So if you want to know the answer to this particular question, please keep on watching. Do not forget to like, comment and subscribe, and definitely turn on the post notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a video. And let's get right into the video. Right now, we are going to be using universities that are not so expensive. So I believe if you're planning on coming over to the UK for your master's program and you're going to be paying your school fees by yourself, you're definitely not going to look at the very expensive schools. So you're going to look at the schools that are affordable. I also made a video where I talked about affordable universities here in the UK. I'll be leaving the link on the screen, so make sure you check that video out after watching this particular video. So one of the schools I mentioned in the video is University of Bolton. So for the University of Bolton, their school fees is about £12,450 depending on the program of your choice. You can say that £12,450 is a cheap price when it comes to universities here in the UK, because there are schools that pay up to 18,000, 20,000, 25,000 depending on the school of your choice. So £12,450 is an affordable university. Next thing you need to know is the minimum wage for a particular age group. So if you plan on working here in the UK, you definitely do not want to be paid less than what you're supposed to earn, and I'm going to give you the minimum wage for each particular age group. If you're between the age of 16 to 17, your minimum wage is £4.62, and if you're between the age of 18 to 20, your minimum wage is £6.56. If you're between the age of 21 to 22, your minimum wage is £8.36, and from 23 and above, your minimum wage is £8.91. So make sure that whatever company or agency you're working with, they do not pay you anything less than this. The next thing you need to know is how many hours you're permitted to work as an international student here in the UK. So as an international student, you're only permitted to work 20 hours per week. You can definitely work lower than 20 hours each week, but make sure that you do not work more than 20 hours each week. You can also juggle more than one job, but make sure that at the end of the week, you do not exceed your 20 hours which you're permitted to work. But the good thing is that during school holidays, you're allowed to work more than 20 hours. That means you can work 40 hours, you can work 45 hours. I don't know about other universities, but for my university, students who arrived in January, we did not have summer break. We only had Easter holiday, which we were allowed to work more than 20 hours. So during the summer, we are not permitted to work more than 20 hours. Hopefully, we'll get the Christmas break where we can work more than 20 hours each week. Now let's do the math. Let's say you earn about £9 per hour. Only a few people earn above £9 per hour. For this particular video, we're going to be using £9 per hour. So let's say you earn about £9 per hour, and in a week you earn about £180. That is 9 times 20. That is £180. So this is the amount you make every week. And in a month, you make about £720. That is 180 times 4. That is £720. So this is the amount of money you make each month. Let's also assume that you arrived in September and your first holiday is the Christmas holiday. Definitely during Christmas holiday, you're allowed to work more than 20 hours. And let's assume you worked 40 hours during the Christmas break. So 40 times 9, that is £360 per week. So this is the amount of money you earn every week during the Christmas holiday. And the same thing applies for the Easter holiday, where you earn £360 each week. The Christmas holiday is usually 2 weeks. That means you earn £260 each week. So £360 plus £360 you earn in 2 weeks will give you £720. And the same thing applies during the Easter break, where you have 2 weeks holiday. That is 360 plus 360, that is £720. And by the time you add the money you made in Christmas and the money you made during Easter, that is 720 plus 720, and that's going to give you £1,440 that you made during the breaks. And I just want you to have in mind that with this amount we've called out, we have not included bills such as rent, food, transportation. We have not included all that in this money. So this is just the money you have excluding your bills. The next thing we're going to go ahead to do is to times the £720 you make each month. That's when you work 20 hours each week. So the £720 you make each month, we're going to times it by 11 months. Why I'm using 11 months is because there are 12 months in a year, and since you've already excluded two weeks for each holiday, that's 1 month, we are left with 11 months. So by the time you multiply 720 by 11 months, you're going to have £7,920. This is the amount of money you might make as an international student for a year if you keep working 20 hours every week. And if you add the initial amount you made during the holiday, that's £1,440. If you add it to the £7,920, your total amount of money you've made during the year is £9,360. Now we are going to include the bills, because you're definitely not going to live on the road in the UK. You're going to obviously buy food, transport yourself to different places, pay for other bills, and that is what we're going to do in this section. So we're going to subtract the bills from our earnings. Okay, let's assume that your rent is £360 every month. That is £90 each week. So 90 times 4, that's £360 every month. So that is your rent. And also, let's say your rent is not bills inclusive. So you have to pay for water, electricity, heater, you have to buy food, transportation. Let's just assume everything is about £140. So £140 plus £360, that's going to give you a total number of £500. So £500 is what you're going to use for your expenses. Right now, we're going to multiply £500 by the 12 months, and 500 multiplied by 12 is going to give you £6,000. We're going to be subtracting £6,000 from £9,360, which is your initial earnings. And when we subtract that, we're going to have a sum of £3,360. Now, let's go back to your school fees. So your school fees is about £12,450. And let's say you've paid half of that school fees, and we're going to be dividing that by 2. So when we divide £12,450 by 2, we are left with £6,225. Don't forget that the only money you saved in the UK is £3,360. And we're going to be subtracting that £3,360 from your remaining part of your school fees, which is £6,225. And when you subtract this, you have a total sum of £2,865. So you can see that you're still going to be owing your school at the end of the 1-year program. From this, you can see that you will not be able to pay for your school fees while working here in the UK. The situation can only be different or can only change. Maybe you come to the UK with a dependent, that means your partner. And if you did not know, your dependent can work more than 20 hours each week. So let's say your dependent is working full time, or your dependent works more than you. That means more money is coming into the house. But what you need to know is that the more people you have, the more bills you have to pay. So if you have a dependent coming over to the UK with you, then maybe you can be able to analyze things and see whether or not you can afford to pay for your school fees when the both of you are working here in the UK. What I want you to know is that coming over to the UK to study and pay for your tuition is actually very difficult. Like, there is so much pressure on you on having to, juggle school and working full time, because you only have that at the back of your mind that you really need to pay for your school fees. So these are things you need to consider before, making that big decision of coming over to the UK and working and also paying for your school fees. So we have come to the end of this video. I hope this video was clear enough. I hope you understood the calculations we did. And if you have any further questions, you can definitely ask in the comment section. I'll definitely reply. I also have other UK guide playlists. I'm going to be leaving it on the screen, so make sure you check that particular video out. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Do not forget to take care. Bye, guys.